everybody. Welcome back to Build. I'm your host, Brittany-Jones Cooper. Today, I'm chatting with Luna Blaise, who plays Olive Stone on NBC's Manifest. The show follows the crew and passengers of Flight 828 who disembark to find that the world has aged 5.5 years. The show keeps us guessing every week, so Luna's here to help us unpack some of the mystery. Put your hands together for Luna Blaise. Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Did you fly here for like this week?
Yeah, I flew here technically yesterday. I was on the red eye at 12:30 a.m. yesterday, and then I had like the craziest day yesterday. It's good. I'm running on like a little bit of sleep, but I'm happy to be here.
You're also here for Fashion Week.
I am here for Fashion Week.
Which starts when?
Friday. Which starts Friday. So I'm here just doing, a bunch of different stuff, and then, going into the craziness of Fashion Week. I don't even call it a week. It should be like fashion. It should be fashion month.
It's a full commitment. Do you have some shows that you're really looking forward to?
Yeah, I'm going to a few shows. I'm looking forward to everything. It's just so much fun, exploring this whole world because it's so different than what I experience on like a day-to-day life, especially with acting. I mean, the modeling and fashion industry is just completely different. So it's really, really cool.
Do you get stressed out about what to wear? I feel like that's what would get me.
Always,
right?
But that's why I have an incredible team of people who are standing behind that curtain over there, who have my back, and I would not be here without them. So.
That's awesome. I started with, did you fly here? Because has this show sort of, does it get in your head when you fly at all?
All the time.
Right? Are you thinking like, well, I'm going to go into some weird time loop?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, the amount of like DMs and text messages that I get from people being like, oh, like, see you in 5.5 years. I'm like, I wasn't on the plane. I'm like, don't use that on me. So, yeah, no, I get it all the time, all the time.
I love the premise of this show. I mean, initially I was like, I got to see how this plays out. And each week I mention, it's just like, you think you maybe have it figured out, and it just like keeps you on your toes. So what was your impression like the first time you got like the first couple scripts and you saw just all the twists and turns?
Confusing. So confusing. I mean, I don't know if you guys watch the show, but it is literally every single week, it keeps you on your toes, and it's like, it's absurd because you think you have it and you're like, oh my gosh, I got it. I know what's going to happen. And then the next week comes and you're like, oh, I was so wrong. And I still don't know what's happening.
Like, I thought I knew what the peacock meant. Now I'm not sure.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I've watched, no, I haven't. I've filmed, all of season 2, and it does, a lot of it comes full circle, which I feel like in season 1, a lot of things didn't. You were kind of left hanging and you didn't really know what was going to happen with that storyline. But in season 2, a lot of things come full circle and a lot of things make sense. But at the same time, it's still a cliffhanger. And we leave season 2 with a huge reveal. So it's so exciting.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes.
That's why it is so fun, because there are so many clues.
Yeah.
So if you're paying attention, I feel like it will be a payoff. But it's a show that you have to pay attention. You can't be like on your phone or on your computer.
No.
Because you'll miss things.
Yeah. And that's why I this is what I tell everyone. I'm like, just wait a couple months until every single episode has come out, and then just go on like Hulu or NBC and just binge it. So then you don't have to wait and you can just finish it all like that. Because it's definitely like a binge-worthy show where people can just finish it like so. One of my ring fruits came off. I have little fruit things.
Well, that's
on
ours
ring.
now. Thank you for donating.
It's AOL bills.
We'll find. I think that went behind the monitor, so we'll wait until we're done.
It's okay.
There's also some fake money back here.
AOL
Seriously.
build is hiding stuff,
we're
guys.
hiding money. It's Manifest. There's clues everywhere.
Yep,
Let's talk about your character, Olive, because as you mentioned, she wasn't on the plane, but she was just as impacted by the plane. So tell us a little bit about your character and her background.
Yeah. So in season 1, you guys kind of find out that Olive, yes, was not on the plane. She... like everyone else in the world, thought that, this plane was gone for 5.5 years and everyone was, presumed dead. And that was kind of it. No explanation, nothing. And then her family comes back, and it's like so surreal and kind of, I mean, supernatural, something that would never happen ever. And, I feel, and I always say this is like Olive, from 13 to 17, those are huge years in like a teenager's life, and for especially like a dad to miss that in his daughter's life, that's a huge thing. And
a twin.
And a twin. Yeah. And so it's there's definitely, I'm not going to say season 2 is the happiest for Olive. A lot of stuff happens, and I mean, these next couple episodes are insane. I'm just telling you. Just buckle up. No pun intended. Buckle up. It is really freaking crazy. I mean, it's an emotional roller coaster. Let's just say that. Yeah.
But I feel like she's a character where you're getting to see the emotion a lot because she's had issues with depression and anxiety because of the loss of her brother and her dad. And the show's really sort of explored her vulnerability. So what is it like to really dig into a character who's having these issues? Because those are issues that a lot of people have to deal with.
Yeah, I feel like any person, and I'm sure all of you guys can relate to this, we all have feelings. And I think that's what's so special, especially about Olive, is like what you said, those are true emotions. And, even though it's such a supernatural and surreal thing that's happened to her and something that is, would never happen in real life, you can relate to her emotions and you know what she's feeling. And especially even though I filmed those scenes and I know what's happening, I still, when I watch it, I'm like, oh, okay, like I get it, But it's incredible to play a character like that. And, it's very human. It is very human, and I feel like as a 18-year-old, I can relate to everything that she's going through in a certain way. Yeah.
And she has a twin who looks now 5.5 years younger than her. The twin thing from the beginning, I'm like, okay, this is going to be very important. So what can you tell us about just the importance of her and Cal's relationship and how that might impact things going forward?
Yeah, it definitely does. I think we're going to take a deep dive into that a bit more. I don't know, I don't have a twin, but I've heard from twins that, twin telepathy, it is a thing. They share feelings and emotions and maybe even certain other things. So
are you telling me that she's gonna start having calling?
I'm not saying that. It's manifest. Anything can happen. Anything can happen in this show. But we're definitely, everyone is connected. It's all connected. So
I love a show like this, and I was going to do a follow-up to that, but I actually don't want any spoilers, so I'm going to leave it. I love shows like this, though, because it's sort of like in my personal life makes me start seeing like little signs and stuff, or reoccurring themes. So have you felt like that since you've opened up this world of Manifest? Do you feel like in your life you've started to see like, I don't know, just like weird little things or magic?
I always see weird little things. I'm not going to lie. When I was filming, I think this past year, I was here, I want to say in like summer, maybe like August. I was uptown and I look on the side of the street and I kid you not, on the same block, I see like little painted like 828 on the floor, on the ground. And I was like, no, like there's no way that this is like possible. And we have like a cast group chat and I sent that to them and they were like, oh my God. They were like, this is so weird. It happens to all of us. Like weird little things happen. It's strange. It is weird.
I love it. I love the magic.
Yeah.
It's really exciting. And I have to talk about the fact that Olive is basically in a cult.
Yeah. Yes.
So when you saw this storyline unraveling, were you like, come on, girl, what are you doing?
I was excited because I feel like in season 1, Olive, she was kind of just there and nothing, you knew that she had depth and you knew that she had a story to tell. And I think in season 2, it's this cult, whatever it may be, we'll see. We'll see if it's a good or bad thing. I know what happens, but I'm gonna let you guys find out.
It doesn't feel like a good thing right now.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything because it's unexpected what happens. It's very unexpected, and it's exciting to think about just because as an actor, the steps that I had to take for these episodes coming up was just something that I've just never experienced before, and it really made me take like a big look at just everything in my life, being like, yeah, like this is why I do what I do, and this is what I'm doing. I'm here for the long run, and like I want to do this because these are really special episodes coming up, and it's super cool, and this cult is very interesting, and
Most cults are.
I would not know from experience.
I would.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean it's exciting. We meet new people. Oh, yeah. It's interesting.
But you mentioned that your character has a lot more depth this season. It's challenging you as an actor. So what kind of work do you do personally just to sort of help yourself get into those places and dig into that? Do you still take class? Do you have a coach? Like, what is sort of your behind the scenes acting?
Yeah, I mean, I take acting classes as much as I possibly can. But you know, I try and just take from personal experience. I'm very fortunate. I've not had sad experiences in my life or like traumatizing experiences in my life. But, you know, I take from different actors and actresses. I take from other people's work, which, you know, every actor does that. We take from everyone. And, you know, I look at my mentors and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's an incredible skill that they have. I need to use that in my own work. Music is a huge part of just getting into the zone of when, you know, I'm about to film a very like emotional scene. I definitely listen to different music. So, you know, there's different methods that I use. But I try and just go with the flow, you know, whatever happens, happens. If I get it great on the first take, then I do. If I don't, then we do it again. Yeah.
That's so cool. And I didn't realize you were just 18.
Yeah.
This is such a big role, so congrats on that.
Thank
But
you.
what was your journey in acting? Like, when did you start, or when was the moment where you decided that this was what you wanted to do?
Yeah, I grew up in a, you know, this is my family's business. I grew up in an entertainment family. My dad's a director, writer, cinematographer, and my mom's a producer, manager, everything. She's literally like my whole life. So, you know, I just grew up on sets, and this is kind of like the only thing that I know really. So when I was about 8, I realized that I was like, oh my gosh, there's other little kids in the TV screen. Like I can probably do that too. So, you know, my parents, I guess we got an agent or something like that. And I kept going up for little like commercials and all that different stuff. And then when I was 11, turning 12, I was in 7th grade, and I was like a competitive dancer, and I got this audition for this show called Fresh Off the Boat. And I had no idea about it. I didn't know what to do. And I got dressed up as like a little 90s J-Lo like fly girl, my 11-year-old self. And I went in there, I did a little dance, and then I left. And I would have never thought it would have been the next 5 years of my life that I would have been on that show. And it was. And so I was on Fresh Off the Boat from age 11 to 16 turning 17, and it's incredible. And you know, our series finale is Friday.
I know.
So it's crazy. It's really crazy, super emotional. Yeah, it's insane that, you know, our show is coming to an end, but we had a really great run. And you know, as an 18-year-old, just to say that I've been on 2 television shows, that one went on for 5-6 years, and then another's already gone on for 2. It's really crazy. I'm super, super blessed. It's insane.
And Fresh Off the Boat is such a massive show, and your first big kind of project.
Yeah.
What did you learn from that you've been able to sort of grow on or apply to manifest?
Yeah, you know, that everyone is equal. You know, we're all equal. We work the same amount of hours every single day. And that, you know, we're all here to just get the job done. And the incredible people that I was just surrounded with every single day on Fresh Off the Boat, like Randall Park, I mean, he's just, I mean, there's no one like him. He shows up to work on time, and he knows what he's doing. He knows his lines, and he just does his job, and it's incredible. Same with Constance Wu. It's I really was super blessed being able to grow up on a show like that. It was incredible, and I'm sad. I'm very sad that's coming to an end. But it's, I mean, every single cast, crew, writers, directors that were involved on Fresh Off the Boat. I mean, everyone's going on to do bigger and better things, and yeah.
And I'm pretty sure if it didn't get syndicated, or it will be.
I think it did.
Yeah,
I think
so
it did.
I feel like
or that's coming up.
I was gonna say, I think it's like one of those things it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And
so we'll live on.
Yeah, it'll
we will
never
live
be too
on
far from your
forever.
side.
Yes.
So you went from doing a comedy to like a very kind of intense drama.
Yeah.
Drama. Do you have a preference?
I don't. You know, I love both. I mean, one day I'll be watching like Seth Rogen movies, and then the other day I'll be watching like I don't know, Quentin Tarantino or like Stanley Kubrick. So there's two like the huge differences. But no, I don't have a preference. You know, I can do anything, and you know, this is why I do what I do. I want to play different characters, and you know, I want to leave one and then come back to it, or leave one and then never see it again. So yeah, so it's exciting.
And I know you're working on a movie.
Yeah.
Can you tell us anything about it?
I can't. I can't tell you anything about it, but it's exciting, and there's a lot coming up. It's you know, in our new year of 2020. Yeah, it's I literally can't say anything about it,
but you've done film before. You've done.
I did Memoria. Yeah,
was that just the one film? I thought. It was
yeah. I did Memoria. Around the same time that I did Fresh Off the Boat, or I believe right before I did Fresh Off the Boat, and yeah, I mean, that was an incredible experience, and I cannot wait to do that again. It was so much fun, and yeah, it was super exciting.
And you mentioned your dad's a director, and then just the way you were talking about film just now, you named two directors. Is that ever something that you would be interested in, like going behind the camera or creating in that way?
Yeah, I actually just filmed my first music video for an artist named Kenny Carden, and she's incredible. And I filmed it, and I got behind the camera. My dad assisted me, and it was a total full circle moment. It was so much fun, and it's 1000% something that I want to be doing in the near future. I'm already writing, you know, just screenplays and just different little scripts and ideas, and getting behind the camera. I mean, I have it to my ability, like very close to me. And, you know, I have camera equipment all the time. So I think, why not? You know, I can do it. And so I'm exploring that definitely a lot. Yeah.
You're also exploring music. Like, you've released some music. I know you write. So have you had time to do that with Manifest? I would imagine that would be hard to try to do both.
Yeah, it's really hard to do both. I'm taking it slow on the music for right now, releasing music, because it's so hard, you know, promoting two different, it's impossible. But I'm writing music all the time, and I play guitar, and you know, I love just keeping that side of me with me all the time. So maybe I'll explore that. I would love to do like a movie musical, like that would be insane. So yeah, definitely.
I hear they're casting for Hamilton.
I know. I know.
Were you also very geeked out by that news? I was like, that's amazing.
Well, yeah, because it's gonna be insane.
It's gonna be really crazy.
Lynn, if you're watching this, hello.
That was just like my little way of being like, look, she said she wants to do a movie musical. Here we go.
Yeah.
Do you have a checklist of things that you would want to achieve as far as projects or the types of projects, or do you sort of just take it as it comes?
I take it as it comes, but I also, I have to work with Steven Spielberg once in my life. If I don't, I will be so sad. So I'm not even going to say that, because I have to. Like, I'm putting it out there.
Well, just manifest
I'm manifesting it. No, I also get that all the time. Yep, all the time.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, Steven Spielberg, I've seen every single one of his films, and he's a huge role model to me. And just being in one of his films would be just a dream come true. So yeah, definitely that.
It's going to happen.
Thank you.
We do have a couple of questions.
Yes.
Our first one comes from Twitter. Sarah S. Decker asks, which character in the show do you relate to most and why? That's a good question.
Which character I relate to most? Oh my goodness. Probably Ben, my dad, just because we both love problem solving and we love to break down the mystery and almost too much. So definitely Ben Stone. Yeah.
Are you that cool under pressure? I feel like he's always in the most stressful situations, and he's just like, okay, here's the plan.
No, that's definitely not Josh Dallas either. I think anyone is not like Ben Stone under pressure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's our first one from the audience?
Yes.
Hey.
Hi.
So as you mentioned, you were previously on Fresh Off the Boat,
Yes.
and I guess it's safe to say that Manifest is somewhat darker than Fresh Off the Boat.
Yeah.
I was wondering, since you've been in both comedy and drama, if there is anything different you do to prepare. You said you listen to music. Was there any big shift between the two?
Yeah, definitely. It's actually really weird because I took a lot of the learning skills that I had from doing comedy and just comedic timing, I put it into drama. Just, knowing that, okay, this is the way I would say it if I was doing comedy and to get that timing on point. But then for drama, I'm like, oh, I have to slow this down and I have to do it this way. And so I use skills in both, and it's really cool that I've been able to do both drama and comedy. It's really, really cool. Thank you for your question.
And one more?
Hi, I just wanted to ask, what was your experience like working with the other cast members?
Oh my gosh, it is so much fun. Every single person you see up here is so talented. They are extraordinary, and I'm so blessed that I've been able to work with these incredible actors and actresses. We're a big family, and we make each other laugh, and it's incredible being able to be with them at 4 a.m. every single day, and it's great.
You guys shoot in New York too, right?
Yeah.
So what is that? But you're from LA, so you just come out here to shoot and then you go back.
Yes. We film. We film over in Queens. It's so different. Yeah. It's so different. Being in New York is it's so weird, but I love it. And everyone here is incredible. And this place is definitely like a second home to me now. So yeah.
That is the most genuine way to describe New York. It is so weird.
It is weird, but it's incredible. I love it so much.
Me too. And I love that this show is set in New York too. It kind of gives it that extra energy and that vibe.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of mysteries to uncover, which you guys, again, you keep us guessing week to week, but that's why it's fun to tune in.
Yes.
Congrats on the show. I mean, it is so much fun, and I can't wait to see what happens with Olive and the cult, guys. She's in a cult.
The cult.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yes. So make sure you guys tune in. Manifest airs Mondays at 10/9 Central on NBC. Put your hands together for Luna Blaise.